I may wish to insert one drawing file into another. This could be a symbol that I created, a custom symbol, or possibly maybe an example would be a subdivision, and I want to insert another house that I've previously drafted. To do so, we come up to the Insert ribbon, and we'll come to choose Insert Block. And we can see in the command line, Insert is the command. And I'm going to choose from File. I can then browse for the DWG file. You can also choose a DXF if it was created in that format. When I select the drawing, you can see a preview is displayed, so I'll choose Open. And now we have a few options. I can specify the insertion point, maybe at the origin, as shown here, 000, or I can opt to choose it on the screen. I can specify the scale. In this case, I'll choose to specify it on screen. I can choose uniform scale, which will only allow me to set it once, and that will be the scale in all dimensions, as well as the rotation. I can also opt to explode the block. If I already have blocks loaded into the drawing or into my template, I could choose the block name and select it from this list. But in this case, I'm using a drawing stored locally on my hard drive. Choose Insert. And then we can see in the command line, we're prompted to choose an insertion point. So in this case, maybe I'll put it somewhere in the center. You can then choose a scale, and I'm just going to hit Enter for each of these, as well as the rotation set to east. If this was a drawing file with a point database, these points would not be brought in, and that way you would not corrupt your existing points or end up overwriting points that are already in the drawing or are common between the block and your current drawing. If I select it, it's one solid entity. I can explode it if I need to, and I can also insert it multiple times if needed. If I open my IntelliCAD Explorer and I come down to blocks, we can see now that the block is stored within the drawing. And if I want to insert it again, I can simply double click and another copy of the block can be inserted. And this is where a template file comes in handy. So if I'm using a template, I could have many blocks loaded in here that aren't actually inserted in the drawing, but they'll be stored within here so that I could insert them at any time. If you have a lot of blocks that you use very commonly, you may want to explore using a template file. And that's just a general overview of inserting a drawing as a block. Again, you can come up to the Insert ribbon and choose Insert Block, or simply type Insert in the command line.